Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over the cryptocurrency market, even though I got Facebook chart on there because I'm trying to make a point. And so, and by the way, drop a like, hit the subscribe button, be really appreciated. New subscribers, I do appreciate you too. And we're here making money, made money on Quant, made money on Caspa, even made some money on Matic. If you bought it at 35 cents, 38 cents or something like that. There's a whole bunch of coins that could have made money on. Caspa is like a 4x right now, guys. So things are looking pretty decent. It's just a struggle. Have to have more patience with some of these coins and things like that, guys. So it's just a struggle to get out of there for some of the assets. And I still think 2023 is going to be pretty good, guys. So for the cryptocurrency market, at least going into the third quarter, probably, or the end of second quarter, would that be April, January, February, March, April, May, June, going into June, July, August. I know there's whole sell in May and go away type thing. We'll see how that plays out. But here's Facebook. I put this on here, and the Facebook deal reminds me of this banking crisis stuff, guys. The banking crisis is contained, in my opinion. It's not a big deal. You know, Deutsche Bank, frankly, I don't care. Deutsche Bank's got problems. I mean, they've had problems since 2008, just like Credit Suisse. 2008, take a look at the chart. So that shouldn't have been a surprise. If you're watching those stocks, and somebody's like in the stock going, oh, wow, you know, the thing hasn't made any money. Stock price hasn't gone up for over 10 years. So, I mean, come on, what do you think, you know? So here's the Facebook, and it was doing this crash here. And it was the same thing, guys. It's the same thing. Oh, what's Facebook? This guy, Zuckerberg, doesn't know what he's doing, blah, 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 on and on and on. Same thing. But then once it landed right here, it whizzed out of there in a nice impulsive move. That's a monthly chart, guys, by the way. It's a monthly chart. And there was a few people, I don't buy stocks. I'm interested in crypto because I'm interested in 10Xs and 20Xs and 50Xs. I'm not interested in just a 2X, even though this is much safer. I understand that. That's much safer, but I'm willing to take that risk. So I said, look, guys, this thing, the Facebook, and there's a couple people on my channel actually bought Facebook. There's a guy in Australia, there's another one, and I just showed him the monthly chart. Just zoom out, guys. I said, look, this is the monthly RSI on Facebook is probably this spot right here, down here in the monthly RSI. You probably won't see the monthly RSI that low for at least 10 years, maybe even 15. Okay. And that's your buying. This went up into a wave and it reset the whole cycle. And if you're interested in a stock, go ahead and buy it. It's going to go up at least in a bounce, and it's not done yet, in my opinion, guys. But here's the point I'm trying to make with Facebook: is people fall into tech stocks. Is here's Facebook right here, right? Up into a wave, you got the bearish divergence right there, so it's probably going to do a correction. Come down and fill that gap. It's probably going to correct to 150. Okay. And then it might go whiz down to 140, 143. But Bitcoin's in a correction too. So you follow, here's the tech stock that you can follow, and Bitcoin could be on the same path. Now, I'm not saying Bitcoin is there in that fifth wave, guys. I don't think so. I think Bitcoin's probably a little bit more bullish than this, if you will, but it can come down to these areas, guys, pretty easy, and then it's going to be going into another wave. Okay, so the tech crisis and the tech crash, and everything has to crash because the bears are just getting like they're getting frustrated. It's going to come down and correct, and it's going to go into another wave because it went up in 5, correct, and it's going to go up into another 5, and potentially Facebook could be going down and into a third wave. Okay. And that third wave target, just to give you an idea, take it off log, because on stocks, you got to take it off log. You know, these aren't cryptocurrencies. Just to give you an idea, you know, I always say, okay, it's going to come down, fill that gap, came down maybe about 140. you know, technically the next technical target is going to be 261 and then up here to 291, $300 on that third wave. And it depends how bullish it gets, you can get even higher in that area, guys. So with an extended correction over there. And, you know, if Facebook is going to be doing that, do you think there's a shot that Bitcoin could be doing that? I think so, guys. I think so. Just going off this one stock. Now, that's just an individual stock, and there are anomalies out there. But, you know, the way I'm looking at it is that Bitcoin, you know, does it follow tech stocks for the most part? Yeah, I guess you could say it does follow tech stocks, but to use the indices right now, there's so many bullish, if you will, there's bullish assets in the techs, and there's ones that are not doing so great. So just under the circumstances is that, you know, you go over here to the NASDAQ, right? So I'm going over here to the NASDAQ. So what I see is going on is just under circumstances with the macro environment and everything is going on. You have a lot of, so this is a conglomerate of all the tech stocks, more or less, on the NASDAQ composite, right? So you have a lot of stocks that are in there that aren't doing so great. So you see the struggle at the bottom. There is still a lot of stocks, bigger cap stocks, that weren't finished with their correction. Facebook already was, but I don't think Google was. So I had a struggle at the bottom. It came down, corrected, and it whizzed back up. And you still have the same thing here in this whole area with the tech stocks, guys. You know, some of them are not doing so well because of macro environment, interest rates, et cetera. Some of them are doing pretty good. So you can use this as a gauge, but you really kind of got to dig a little bit deeper to get a little bit more of a gauge of what may be going on, rather than saying, you know, look, guys, you got A, B, C. This is 1, 2. And you know what? This is going to crash. This is going to crash. It has to crash because of the banking crisis. Like I said, guys, I think the banking crisis is going to be a nothing burger. And now we have the next crisis coming on here. It's the Binance crisis, guys. You know, the Binance coin, it did a nice three-way move down in my box. That's a beautiful, you know, it's probably not done yet. Got a little bit of divergence to make right there. And it's going to probably come down to like $300 area. Binance made a response. For those that don't know, I'll let you guys know. If there's anybody in crypto that I probably would I pay more attention to is this guy, CZ. You know, so he wrote this letter, his response to the CFTC complaint. You know, I would read it, guys, if you have the time to read it, to get an idea. You know, I don't want to think that this is a bad guy, but I don't think that he is. I think he's pretty straight up. He's trying to do right by crypto. And I think a lot of what this is, in my opinion, is that, you know, if you put like pieces of the puzzle together with FTX and all the donations were going on to a certain party, I'm not going to go either side. I'm just going to say a certain party, and it was a lot of money. Just seems rather fishy to me, guys. And then they're just been going after this guy. So they don't like him. And that's what I think. That's what I think is going on, guys. I could be wrong about that. So anyhow, let's go back to the charts and check out Bitcoin here, guys. And it's, I think that it's coming down. Like here's a three-way move, and it came up into, you see that shot up to a three-wave there. It could be coming down into some sort of trend, kind of like this is what I'm going to gather, guys. Like this is probably some type of five-way move we could be expecting. So here you got your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then down for a 5, down into these areas, guys. I do think Bitcoin is going to come down those areas. So here's the thing you want to be checking out. You see in this 4-hour RSI, it's getting down nice and deep, okay? So typically once the 4-hour gets down to these areas, down and oversold, there's usually a reversal of some sort. Doesn't mean it went bullish, but you know, the 8-hour chart started to look pretty good, guys. That's kind of what I want to see. Get this, you know, you get this down or go sideways with Bitcoin for a while and still burn off RSI. It's a very, in my opinion, very good signal. 12 hours working on it a little bit more. bringing it down. And, you know, the daily's got a little bit more work. The daily doesn't necessarily have to go all the way down here. That's a serious dump, but it could come, you know, down a little bit more, guys. So I'm still looking at Bitcoin in a bullish sense, guys. You know, this right here is going to give us the answer. Now, once it gets down there in that 5-wave sequence, if it's doing that, doesn't mean it's finished. It could go sideways again, do a 3-way, and then come back over here, do another 3-wave or a 5-wave move back over here and be sideways in this area for a while, guys. So the massive dump doesn't look like it's going to be happening. Not yet, anyhow. It doesn't look like it's quite setting itself up for that, guys. So like I said, here you get your 3-wave swing here. Okay, you got a 3-wave swing here and then back down, and then it could be, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5, something like that. Now you could get very bearish and have other options, you know, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then, you know, it's all going down for that, guys. So let's see, take a look at the 4-hour RSI, and you can see where's the dump here, dump there. You know, the RSI is not giving you that signal that it's going to do a dump, but be prepared for anything. Bitcoin going down 5% or even 10% in a day is not uncommon for Bitcoin, guys. So everything looks pretty good. And go over the overall picture. You know, a lot of people, I'm watching the YouTubes, and you know, so many people, and there's some people still calling this a C wave. So this is A, B, C. I don't think so, guys. You know, I really don't think so. The reason is this right here in the RSI, guys. This is not usually how it all works out. This is usually a signal to me is that this is setting itself up to make a shot up there. Now, the other asset you want to take a look at is GBTC too. So GBTC is in a correction. Okay, I have GBTC here. There's different options, but it went up into a wave. It came back. Here's an ABC wave to a second wave correction. Here's a wave 1. I think this whole thing was a 2 because it's like some sort of flat right here. Went 3 and then back up and down in 5. And then this section right here is an impulse. Excuse me, is an impulse that it did. Well, let me go to a 45-minute chart. I'll break that down for you. Is an impulse that it did right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and GBTC is in the same spot. So a flat, and then maybe 1, 2, 3, and then it's coming down into a 5, like so. Probably to fill this gap right here. So I'm expecting it to come down at least 1420. So it has more downside too, guys. But GBTC, if you take a look at the daily chart in the RSI, okay, just in the RSI, so it has a wave 1. There's your wave 1, came back down and corrected. There's your 2, and you can see this whole new sequence right here. Just like so, guys. You know, you got a whole new sequence just like this. Boom, boom, boom. It could come back down there and get back up into there. And this could be 1, 2. Maybe that's the 3 right there. Here's the 4 back down to the box. And then come back up for maybe another 5, something like that. And in my opinion, that would be 1, 2. And it potentially could be 3 and then a 4 and then up for a 5. These are my target box. I already hit that one. I'm expecting that one and that one. This is a inverse head and shoulders, in my opinion, guys, right here. You know, you got this. You can take this whole area, and that's the next target up into the box. And the thing is, too, with GBTC is this could be 1, 2, and this whole thing right here could be 1, 2. So it could be hyper bullish. Okay, here's an example of that. You see 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so in this section right here, you know, when it was just, if you saw only that, you'd be like, what is going on here? You know, you see like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It came back down, corrected it. Now it's up there. And then you got everybody, the bears are in there. The bears will come in and go, yeah, look, ABC, you're coming back down to here. But it went 1, 2, and it made a 1, 2. And with GBTC, that could be going on, guys. And if GBTC is in a 1, 2, 1, 2, then you have a good shot that Bitcoin could be in something like that too. And if you look at the overall picture on GBTC, give you guys a refresher, is that this box is my target for if you want to be bearish. Okay. What I mean is that it did a 3-wave swing right here, and it needs to come up and correct this swing to be bearish and then swing back down. Okay. That's one of the things about Elliott waves I think is helpful to understand. Okay, it needs this. It should come up and correct this wave here, this whole long wave, to swing back down. However, I don't think so, guys. I think what's going to be going on is that GBTC, if that's 1212, then it's going to be going up into these areas. Okay. So that means Bitcoin could be doing the same thing. So let's go over Bitcoin, right? Go correlate this with Bitcoin and show you guys what I'm talking about, right? We correlate this with Bitcoin. So GBTC it went up into a wave like Bitcoin. It came down and corrected it, right? Because Bitcoin's a lot bigger, but it went up into a wave and it corrected it, and then GBTC got out of there. So with GBTC, it's kind of a little bit more difficult to suss out. So GBTC, you got a 1-2, and then GBTC is another wave that I have. It has an impulsive move up with divergence, and it's moving up. But if the potential is GBTC is doing 1-2 and it's going up for a 3, right? A 3, or it's in a 1-2-1-2, and you have the same thing here potentially with Bitcoin. So here's your 1-2 going up. There's your 3. So your third wave target will be up there. It should be like pretty far up there. And then let me change that up. I'll show you guys, make that green. I'm going to go to micro, boom. And then the one below it, 1, wherever the 2 ends. And then you got your impulsive move just like so, guys. So let me change that just like so. Put down sub micro, and you can see now the difference here. Potentially, if that's a 1-2-1-2, of what's playing out, guys. Okay, potentially. And if you go go over other assets, what's going on. So now people also too already like factoring in the bad news for Binance. I can't do that, guys. That's all speculation. That's gambling. I don't know if it's going to turn out to be good news or bad news, or so far it's bad news, right? But it'll come down, on a dump, and then it could be going up in a wave like that. But let's go over Binance just to see. And see, Binance is in a similar pattern where I think this is a 1-2, this is a 1-2, and it's doing a nice second wave correction in the daily, looking really, really good. In the 12-hour, coming down, looking really, really good. And, if Binance is in a 1-2-1-2-1-2 sequence, it is going to be rocking and rolling here come the summertime, guys. And if I take a look at Ethereum, the overall picture, let me put it on Ethereum here for you guys. Check this out. Here is on a weekly chart. And I actually put the touch here, the touch there. These are throwovers. I still think that this is a third wave extension and coming down, and then Ethereum could be going into a fifth wave that just probably might break all-time highs, guys. That's what I'm thinking, just with the wave structure. And if I can put it together like so, here's one, a touch here, you can see right along that trend with Ethereum. It came here, touched it, went up, it came down, wick to it, and it's off right on that trend from 2020, March of 2020, guys. And then you're looking at it like so. Okay, looking at it like so, is that with Ethereum, this right here is an impulse to me. Okay, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Came back down to a second wave correction. You got another impulse right here, back here. Now with Ethereum, you definitely have a case that this is all 1, 2, and it can make another correction. Just not going to know yet. But if you're more bullish, 1, 2, up into another 2, wherever 2 is going to end, I'm thinking it's going to come back down to this area. I think I have a low end target of 1622 is what I'm checking out first. Somewhere between 1662 to 1622. Boom. Might go into extended corrected and go over there a little bit and come back down. But then 1, 2, 1, 2, which kind of follows what GBTC Binance Coin and Bitcoin, and here with Ethereum, guys, is how I'm looking at that. So an Ethereum chart here is that I think it's in some sort of little correction right here on the ETH BTC chart, come back around, make a nice little bit of bullish divergence deep in the RSI, and then Ethereum may be outperforming Bitcoin here in the near future, guys. Inverse head and shoulders, which means an alt season could be coming up. And you take a look at the BTC dominance chart. It's up in this area. Boom, boom, boom. Real high in RSI, probably up a little bit more. And then what I'm thinking is, you know, maybe up a little bit more, and boom, 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 starts making its trek back down like that. And that means dominance going down, money flowing to Ethereum and to the alts, and then potentially altcoin season coming up after the end of this correction, if you will, is what I'm going to be paying attention to, guys. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.